2022 was a really good year for movies. A lot of great movies came out that year, especially for the horror genre. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I am Jay Mere and this is my first ranking video I'm going to do and post, so I'm really excited for it. And I really thought along what I was going to do first, and I just want to give you guys my personal favorite movies of 2022. I know I'm a bit late with this kind of list. Most will do this at the end of the year, give their favorites of the year. But at that time, not every 2022 movie came out in my country. There were some that had a release in 2023 and I wanted to wait for that. There were two movies specifically that I wanted to see and give a proper chance to be in the top 10, and those are The Whale and The Fablemans. Only one of them actually made the top 10. But I wanted to wait till I saw those movies and then I wanted to give my top 10. 2022 had a lot of great movies. I enjoyed a lot of movies this year. There were some bad movies, but the most were good. And so I wanted to give a top 10 of my personal favorites. And I had to pick some. It was not always easy. But for a movie to be in my top 10, you had to do two things. First, the movie had to do something with me. It had to stay with me for a long time. I really had to think about it a long time. The second was the rewatchability the movie has. If I saw the movie and the day after or a month later I still want to rewatch that movie, then I know it is a really good movie and that's a movie deserving of a top 10 spot. Also a lot of great horror movies this year. I am a horror fan, so seeing all those great horror movies was made me really happy. So you're gonna see that in the top 10, 50% will be horror. So let's start with it. First I'm gonna give you 5 honorable mentions. And the first honorable mention is Bones and All. That was a movie that I saw at Filmfest Ghent. It was my favorite movie I saw on the festival, and while I watched the movie it really fascinated me. It's a romantic story that's really done right, and also the horror with the cannibalism was also done right. Yeah, really fascinating movie. The second honorable mention is Prey. Prey was a real surprise, a very welcome surprise. Finally we have another great Predator movie, and that was really needed after that miserable thing we got in 2018. And Prey was back with the basics we all know from Predator and Love. So Prey, really great movie. Also set in history. I really like when horror is set in history. And I hope we're gonna see more, not necessarily Predator movies, but horror just set in history. It's really interesting. Third honorable mention is a bit controversial, seeing that most of you people don't really like this movie, and that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I had no expectations with this movie, and I just thought it was gory fun. I was really entertained, so yeah, I like the movie. Fourth we have Hustle. Hustle is a Netflix film starring Adam Sandler. Another great drama role by him. I really hope he's going to do more of this kind of roles, like with Uncut Gems. It's a sports movie. Really like sports movies. Was really done right. Really done good. So yeah, I recommend Hustle. Definitely if you like basketball, it's a good movie. And my fifth honorable mention, and the last one, is Avatar: The Way of Water. This is mostly an honorable mention because of the visuals. I was really stunned on how beautiful this movie looked. The story was a bit, it was not really much story, nothing we haven't seen before, so I hope they improve on that with the third part. Really looking forward to it. So, let's continue with the top 10. Number 10, we have Jackass Forever. I was a bit doubting whether to put this on the list or not, because it's not really a fictional movie like all the other on the list. But Jackass Forever was awesome. This movie made me really laugh from start to finish. I have never laughed so much in a theater as with Jackass Forever. This is a hilarious movie. And after 2 years of COVID crisis, I was really in a need for just some guys doing dumb stuff, and that's exactly what Jackass Forever is, and I love it. It was hilarious, it was funny, and deserving of a top 10 spot. My number 9 to number 1, those are really solid movies. Those are really movies I enjoyed a lot. Almost perfect movies actually. So, and my number 9 is the biggest surprise of the year, and that was Barbarian. Barbarian came out in the summer. Unfortunately, not in a theater in my country, so I had to watch it on Disney Plus, and I had a really great time watching it. I really love when movies start one way and then suddenly they decide to go to another direction. And this movie does that twice, and you never knew what was going on or what was going to happen, and that makes this movie so fun. Yeah, Barbarian, real surprise. Enjoyed it from start to finish. Number 8 is also a surprise, because I really thought this was going to be a generic movie. Luckily it isn't, and that is Orphan First Kill. Yeah, it's a prequel movie from the 2009 movie Orphan. And I really thought it was going to be the story about Esther going to the house she was before she was an orphan. And yeah, we already knew what was going to happen. They even said that in Orphan, I think. So yeah, that was just going to be that kind of movie. And at the start it actually was. Until in the middle of the movie something happens. Something I did not predict. It was so unexpected that it changed the whole movie, and the movie was suddenly great. I really enjoyed it because of that twist. So it's a very cool prequel movie. Also impressed on how they filmed it, because the actress who plays Esther is a bit older now, and they had to make her a child again. So the way they did that was really impressive. There are moments you can tell that she's not a child. All the moments you can tell, yes, she's a child. So great movie. I really enjoyed Orphan First Kill. Number 7. Maybe number 7 is also a bit controversial, because I think half of the fans of this franchise doesn't like this movie at all. And that is Halloween Ends. Yeah, this is the one that is hated by some of you. But I liked it a lot. You see, back in 2018, I was not really a Halloween fan back then. So the new movie came, and I thought I'm gonna check it out. Not as a fan. And that movie made me a fan. I only saw a few Halloween films before, and after the movie I saw them all. I became a really big Halloween fan. So I was really excited for the new one, Halloween Kills, in 2021. That one disappointed me a bit. I liked all the Michael stuff, but besides the Michael stuff and the kills, it's a pretty dumb movie. So I was not really that excited anymore for the third part in the trilogy. Didn't saw any trailers. Still was planning to go, but was not enthusiastic. I saw it on my birthday, and I knew there was a bit controversy because I did not saw it in the first week. But I actually liked it. I really liked that it is something different. Really liked the direction they took with the character Corey. I think that was really done good, and how evil goes from Michael's body to Corey's body. I think that was really explained well. It's the best score of the franchise. Cinematography, it's perfect. So yeah, I really liked Halloween Ends. It's one of my favorites in the franchise. The only problem I have is the ending. I think the ending was not good. The way they ended with Corey and Michael's story arc. I just wished they did something different with it. But other than that, really enjoyable Halloween movie. But I get why people don't like it, but I do. I really do. Number 6, Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, a blockbuster by the old formula, and I loved it. This is actually how blockbusters should be made. It was really excitement. All those flight sequences, they were really cool to look at. Tom Cruise was excellent. All the actors actually. I loved the characters. They were all really put well on screen. And I think it's even better than the first one from '86. Not really a big fan of that movie. I think it's a bit slow, not really much story. While this one has a lot of story. There was a clear goal in the movie. We as the audience knew exactly where the movie was going, what was the goal, and what the characters had to do. So it's a perfect story, and even an emotional moment between Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer in the film, perfect. It's actually one of the best blockbusters over the last years, and I really hope it wins Best Picture, because it actually saved the theaters. People went back to the theaters because of this movie, so good job. Number 5, The Batman. It's a very cool Batman movie. It's not my favorite Batman movie, but certainly one of. Robert Pattinson, perfectly cast as Batman. Don't think he is the greatest Bruce Wayne, but it's fine. But I really liked how the Batman was filmed. The mood they were going for, the style, the colors with the red, the dark. Um, yeah, I really liked it. Also, very cool score. The way they used Something in the Way by Nirvana, excellent. Only negative I have is that sometimes I can feel the length. It's very long, and sometimes you feel it. Number 4 is actually one of my most anticipated horror movies, and that is The Black Phone. I anticipated this a lot, then I saw a trailer and I was not so excited anymore. Then I saw the movie. Luckily, I liked the movie a lot. I was really looking forward to see this movie because it was Scott Derrickson directing. Really liked what he did with Sinister, one of the great horror movies of the past decade. And The Black Phone it's a perfect movie. Ethan Hawke was excellent in the role of the grabber. I think he was just the right amount of time. But what made this movie were the kids. The kids were perfect in this movie. Especially the actress Madeleine McCrow, who played the sister, did a perfect job. And they made this movie. And I also loved that it was set in the 70s. Like I told you before, I really hope on more horror movies set in history. Well, The Black Phone is one of them. I really love it. Great movie. So, my final 3 movies. My number 3 is one of the movies I was waiting to make this list, because I really wanted to see this, and with good reason, because it made my number 3 spot, and that is Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. It's a great drama movie. I think it's the best drama movie since Manchester by the Sea from 2016. It was really good. The acting is amazing. The acting is so amazing that I forgot I was looking at a movie. I was looking at characters. It felt so real to me. It was like I was watching some real people having these problems, and It's a really touching story about Brendan Fraser. I hope he wins the Oscar. About reconnecting with his daughter. It's such a real story, such a touching story and beautiful. Especially that ending, very emotional and yeah, great movie, great drama movie. One you have to see. My second favorite movie of 2022 is Babylon. A bit of a polarizing movie. Some people don't like it, some do. I'm in that second group. I really love this movie. I was a bit skeptic going in because it was a long movie. Kinda knew what it was going about, but after the movie was done, I was amazed. Especially by that first hour of the film. With the partying, with going to the movie sets, making movies. That was excellent. And I understand that it's not for everyone. It's really about the old Hollywood, but I was really into that. Last year I had a subject at college and we learned about that period, and I think the movie is pretty accurate on the things I have seen. So yeah, deserving of a second spot in my top 10. But the best movie of 2022, at least in my opinion, remember this is all subjective, my favorite shouldn't be your favorite, but my number one is X. X is just one cool movie. I like movies about making movies, and that is especially what you're gonna see in the first half. Yeah, it's about making a porn movie, but that's alright. And I am a big slasher fan, and that is what you're gonna see in the second half. So both halves of the movie was really something for me. And yeah, Ty West is making a great trilogy because he also made Pearl last year. This year Maxine is gonna come out. So 3 movies in 2 years, that's impressive. Pearl is good, but X I just love way more. X looks cool. It's a very stylish slasher film, more stylish than the usual slasher film you're gonna see. And you also have that 70s feel, so it's back horror in history. Love it. The characters, very interesting, especially the character played by Mia Goth and Jenna Ortega. There is even a scene in this movie where the character of Jenna Ortega wants to be in the movie, and there is this whole discussion. Even those kind of scenes I love to see. Yeah, I actually have no negatives about this movie. It's a perfect slasher, it's a perfect horror movie, and it's my favorite of 2022. So, and the kills were even good. You have even a gator kill that I really love. So, X, best movie of 2022, according to me. So guys, we have done it. That was my lists, my top 10 of 2022. I hope you enjoyed my list. Always be free to share your favorite movies of 2022 in the comments. And till the next time.